If you are coming up with a great idea to transform a nation or to transform an economy or to transform your life, and everyone around you understands that, and then there is a problem. Because one thing I've seen and noticed with great leaders is most people never understand them. Most people never believe in them. Most people criticize them. Most people will fight them. Most people will condemn them. And when that is happening, then you begin to realize that if you persist, at the end of the day, you achieve your goals. And as you do, the same people that were criticizing you will step behind you and say they knew it. CY has the vocabulary of a leader. Now, if you look at Steve Jobs and his rise to power, you will see and understand that when he came with the whole idea, he was not a coder. He didn't know how to really code that much, but he had concepts. He understood what coding is, but he didn't really know how to code. There was Steve Wozniak. And Steve Wozniak was someone that knew how to code. But they were able to understand each other's strength. That Steve Jobs is a leader, while Steve Wozniak can manage systems, can create and function within systems. And because they were able to blend their both skills, they could blend both skills, with that they were able to achieve remarkable results that end up transforming the entire computer industry, which is remarkable. I just want to let you know that CY believes in the concept that Cameroon, through the ideology of consuming 80% of its product, be it food, music, entertainment, whatever that is produced by Cameroonians, should be consumed 80% compared to 20% outside. The concept by itself has been perceived by others as xenophobic. And I just want to say, every great nation on earth started somewhere to make an international recognition. I want to break this down very simply so that everyone gets it. When we start, even in our own families, we will recognize that you get up every day, you go to school, and you come back home. You stay within that family. That family nurtures you, gives you protection, gives you guidance, gives you security and assurance. So when you go to school and you're coming back, you believe, oh, I got mom, I got dad, I got my brothers, I got my sisters, I got people who love me. That sense of community gives you the ultimate strength and courage that gives you a head start in life. Now, all of a sudden, some of us, some parents, we come from wealthy backgrounds. Some people come from wealthy backgrounds. I'm not from a wealthy background. Some people come from wealthy backgrounds. So at some stage, maybe when you graduate, maybe class 7 or primary 6 for some people, some parents who have money will send you to boarding schools. The boarding school is the first step towards you learning how to live without your parents. Now you are learning how to integrate with the outside world. But if you go outside of your country and integrate with the outside world, it gives you something to fall back on. Our entire nation, I don't know, but we know that our nation is great with soccer. And so when we go outside, if they say you're from Cameroon, what is the first thing people think? Oh, soccer. Why? Because there's something that our nation is known for. Why? Because we have some great people out of that nation that has mastered this area and created that international recognition, that the entire world knows our nation for soccer. I don't know if this is making sense, but we are going somewhere. I know I'm everywhere around the place, but I'm trying to prop into our minds and help us have perspective as to why 80-20 is a great idea. You are not coming up with the notion of 80-20 because you want to fight other countries. No. You're not coming up with 80-20 saying that I don't want to consume any other product from every other nation. No. The 80-20 concept is that you consume 80% of what is made from your own country and 20% foreign. What that means is, don't forget about the 20%, which is what I think most people don't even get it. Like, yes, there is that 20%. Don't underestimate that 20%. That 20% is going to help you refine even your 80%. That 20% is going to help you become better or benchmark with what you are doing in your own home country. So it is very, very essential that we do not forget that. So what I'm saying is, if there is no foundation back home, that is why most Cameroonians travel abroad and they are not respected that much, because where they come from, there is nothing that that nation is known for that contributes to the entire global economy. Some of us have tried our best to even seek freedom, to fight, hoping that somehow some foreign nation, I'm talking about the Anglophone crisis, right? We thought maybe some foreign nation will step in and help us through this crisis, and somehow you achieve your separation and independence. And that has not happened. And the reason is, friends, when it comes to international relationships, international business, international politics, you will only expect help from someone that you have a relationship with. For example, if I have an elder brother, I have a relationship with that elder brother. If I have a friend, I have a relationship with that friend. Okay, let me break it down for you. Yeah, there was a time when I was doing films and I was doing productions, and I'll upload something online. I uploaded a video about an After Effects tutorial that I was doing, and I uploaded it online. Someone came and started criticizing what I was doing, but many people loved it. I didn't know about that. I woke up at about 7 a.m. in the morning, and I saw the comments were too much, and I'm like, what is going on here? Someone was trying to criticize my work. Guess what happens? A friend of mine that I haven't talked to for months, for years even, was there fighting for me, insulting that critic on my behalf. You know why that happened? That happened because of the relationship that I have with my friend, that he's able to fight for me. Why? That relationship is based on trust. It is based on favor that we've done for each other. It is based on experiences that we've had with each other. And so with that, he's able to fight for me, and I was not even there to even see what was happening. But when I showed up, the battle was over. Why? Because my friend was actually helping to fight for me and address the problem in the best way possible. We have not built that kind of relationships with other countries or the big nations in the world that we are needing help from. And for some reason, we just think like, oh, if I have trouble, they should look after me. Are you following? And that is what CY is talking about. You guys got to get within yourselves. Build your own economy. There is nothing like trying to say, oh, it'll be a terrible idea if we try to build our own businesses, build our communities. Your objective is so that you empower yourself so that you can help the world. It's not to fight people. It's not to put down another nation. It is so that you can be able to empower yourselves so that when you show up in the world, guess what happens? Now you have friends, you have partners, you have other countries that you and your friends and your colleagues and your fellow countrymen, with your unanimous effort, have been able to produce great products, great services that is transforming the entire world. And with that, other nations can say, oh, wow, how are you guys doing this? They want to put you on an interview and they want to know what you guys are doing. With that, you start sharing your idea. You're building international relationships based on what you are able to do to make the world a better place. And because of that, you start winning friends with other nations. And if you're in trouble, guess what happens? Those nations that you do business with, that you have relationships with, that their lives have been able to be impacted because of your creativity, because of your genius, now will step up and fight for you. Because they're protecting something within your nation that they know is of great value and will also benefit them. Without building that relationship, you should not expect help just because you are a human being. It doesn't work like that. You know that. Only within our own nation, within our own families, you will see people fighting on the street. To an extent, you will not even show up there to separate or help if you don't really know those people. right? You won't just hear, I pick up my phone and hear somebody dying somewhere. Some of you don't even go to every funeral because you don't even know the people within your own country, within your own village. Why? Because there's no relationship between you and those people. But if you have relationship with those people, guess what happens? You will show up and show your support. I want to break this down so simple that not only the intellectuals understand, but the layman can be able to grasp this concept. And I just want to let you know right here again, I want to emphasize that smart people manage businesses. Crazy people build businesses. Smart people bring structure into established businesses. The dumb, the crazy ones, the C's, the B, the people who had zero in classes, they transform the world. Facebook has proven that to us. Steve Jobs has proven that to us. In Cameroon, I know of Pa Young Francis. I don't think he had a PhD, but he was able to create institutions that transformed the entire nation of Cameroon. I don't know about Guarantee. All I know was he sold used dresses. But he was able to build one of the biggest transportation companies that ever existed and hired some PhDs to serve and have jobs in that company. And I just want to say, great nations are built by entrepreneurs. People who just know how to get things done. They don't have time to research and complain and try to figure out ways to connect with other nations, other people to make it happen. They just get out there and they do things. They just make it happen. They figure out a way. So when I hear CY, I hear that. Because it has to take some logical mind to explain this kind of figure and their impact in a nation so that people can actually slow down on their resistance towards their effort in bringing about transformation. And with that, I just want to let us know we should not destroy the people that God used to raise our nation, because they cannot articulate in a way that suits your intelligence, that suits your academic rank. We should follow them based on their heart and their vision. And somehow, sometimes they'll come in all kinds of forms, and some of them will come in people that have never gone to school and they don't even know how to say anything, but they just know that things can be different. Those are the kind of people that change a nation. And when they have transformed that nation, you with the bureaucratic knowledge, you who's that smart now comes in to manage that system and make it even better and functioning. But the foundation will always be started by the crazy people. The ones that are ignored, the ones that people don't believe in, the ones that people insult, the ones that people don't understand. If you are coming up with a great idea to transform a nation or to transform an economy or to transform your life, and everyone around you understands that, and then there is a problem. Because one thing I've seen and noticed with great leaders is most people never understand them. Most people never believe in them. Most people criticize them. Most people will fight them. Most people will condemn them. And when that is happening, then you begin to realize that if you persist, at the end of the day, you achieve your goals. And as you do, the same people that were criticizing you will step behind you and say they knew it.